Thank you, Girish. Good morning, everyone. The oceans are the single most important ecosystem on this planet, and healing them is one of the greatest challenges of our lifetime. The oceans provide half of the air we breathe. They absorb 30% of the carbon dioxide and 90% of the excess heat on this planet. Imagine if those processes should stumble or falter, how much trouble we human beings would be in. Yet, even so, we've put our ocean under tremendous pressure, fishing out 85% of the big fish in the ocean in just the last 50 years. We stand to lose almost all of our coral reefs in just a few decades from CO2-driven industrialization and warming. This poorly governed, highly exploited, and largely unmapped space needs our help. And thanks to extraordinary advances in science and technology, we now have the ability to know things about this most complex ecosystem that we couldn't before. We can put tools in the hands of humans to make better decisions going forward. And that is the genesis of Hub Ocean, the independent foundation that I lead. So how does Hub Ocean have this tremendous impact? This diagram will help us to understand. So we find and unlock data of all kinds, bio, geo, physical, chemical data on our ocean. It's all important. We look to public sources, vast networks of data repositories. Data's open. It doesn't mean it's available or fit for purpose there. We also look for private data, like the kind that all of your companies in this room have. We bring that data together on the Ocean Data Platform, which is our geospatial platform right at the heart of what we do. Cognite Data Fusion plays a very important role in helping us to organize all of that complex data, and crucially, to bring it out to users, to impact in just the shape and the size that they need. Because impact is what we're all about. And we have a growing number of use cases across science, government, and industry. And we're on our way to scaling this engine to answer millions of API calls for ocean impact. So, impact examples is what I'd like to share with you today. 3 wonderful examples. Before I do that, I'm aware that many of you will come from a background in oil and gas, so I just wanted to highlight what wonderfully valuable data you have in your coffers. Companies here today, Aker BP, Total Energy, surely others, are already sharing wonderful information with science, like Met-Ocean data. But for my first example, I'd like to go to a little bit different part of the energy value chain, and that is to TGS. TGS recently merged with PGS. PGS made commitments many years ago to share important ocean data that was surplus to their seismic operations. That data is now flowing across the Ocean Data Platform, and it's really helping us to learn a lot. For example, we know more about mammals and observations of mammals off the coast of Brazil than ever before. And TGS is also working on harnessing that data to smooth out and keep their seismic operations running while minimalizing mammal disruption. Now I'd like to go to renewable energies, to another great example, Ecovenda. Ecovenda is a consortium of Shell and Echo and Chubu. They won a bid to build wind parks in Dutch waters, and this is becoming a pioneering project where unprecedented amounts of ecological data, from where the birds fly to where the fish spawn on the bottom of the ocean floor, is going to be captured through a massive amount of sensors and communications, and that data will be flowing through the Ocean Data Platform to help us learn all across the world, making this a really important project for building out 40 times more renewable energy in a sustainable way. And finally, from energy to food, and from the North Sea to the Antarctic, I'd like to close by telling you about our work with Aker BioMarine, the largest krill fishery on the planet. Aker BioMarine knew from day one that transparency would be very important to have society's permission to fish in these pristine waters. And they're sharing years and years of krill biomass data on the Ocean Data Platform. Not only does this build trust between regulators and scientists and customers of theirs, but it's also importantly helping them build algorithms and data processes to inform more sustainable ways of using drones and vessels to catch krill effectively. So 3 excellent examples, many more to come, all demonstrating the art of the possible. Girish, I want to thank you and Cognite for our partnership and for inviting me here to also expand on how nature is becoming such an important and exciting place for all of us to engage in innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly, and thank you for joining us here in Houston.